What's up, good people? What's up, good people? It's your boy, Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr., the Impact Builder. Here we are on a Work for It Wednesday. Y'all know what we do on Wednesdays. We put in that work. We do the work that needs to be done in order to be able to get us to where it is that we need to get to as entrepreneurs, as leaders, and as brands. So that's what we do every single Wednesday. Should be every day. We're going to do that every day. We do that every day. But Wednesdays, more specifically, we have no problem with our work ethic and putting in the work that needs to be done, because we understand the harder we work, the better the results, the more success that we'll achieve. We got to put in that work. We've got to do the work that needs to be done. So welcome to the Brand You Suite with your boy, Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr., the Impact Builder. And what we've been talking about this week, I've put this question to you all. Are you a high-value entrepreneur? We're going to talk about, are you a high-value leader, and are you a high-value brand in the coming weeks. But this week and next week, we're going to talk about the 10 traits of a high-value entrepreneur. We talked about on Monday being a visionary, being a thinker. That's one of the characteristics. That's one of the traits that you have as a high value entrepreneur has. Yesterday we talked about resilience. Do you have the resilience? Do you have the ability to be able to bounce back? Can you bounce back from a situation? Can you bounce back from an obstacle that you have to get over? Can you bounce back from a setback that you may have in your business, with your brand, with situations? So visionary, resilience, those are two characteristic traits of a high value entrepreneur. High value entrepreneur is when, if you go and look at the most successful people, or someone that you deem successful in that realm, I promise you, when you think about it, they're visionaries, they're thinkers, they're resilient. And then today, what we're going to talk about is being adaptable and your adaptability. As an entrepreneur, do you have the trait of being adaptable, having the adaptability? And being adaptable is nothing more than your ability to, or you're able to adjust to conditions, situations, and circumstances. That's what your adaptability is. That's what being adaptable is. And here it is from the context of being a entrepreneur. And understand that the business world that we're in, is ever changing. It's ever changing. That the landscape of the business world is always changing, from day to day, minute to minute, hour to hour, year to year. It's always changing. But here's the thing: as an entrepreneur, your ability to be able to adapt, and how fast you're able to adapt to new trends and technology and market demands, often find sustainable success. Those that are adaptable and quickly adapt are those that will be the most successful. A lot of people, one of the things that hurt people was their inability during the pandemic was to shift. And that's what a shift is. A shift is nothing more than being able to adjust and to adapt. And many entrepreneurs weren't able to make that adjustment. They didn't have the ability to adaptability to be able to move in another direction, or it took them too long to be able to be adaptable in that situation, where in a matter of just, you talking days and months, people had to adjust to not being able to go outside, not be able to have the meetings that they meeting with clients and being able to draw clients. The only means that they had was using technology, and a lot of them weren't equipped for it. A lot of them weren't ready to make that adjustment. And as a consequence, those businesses kind of fell to the wayside throughout the pandemic. Now we're still, and I don't know if it's necessarily still considered a pandemic now, but it's, COVID is still out there. Just not at the level that it was back then, but your ability to be able to adapt to that showed you, those that were successful, as I just said, those that were successful were able to adapt. Those that were successful were already kind of making the adjustments or doing some of the things. Like with my company, we were already doing the online conferencing and using Zoom and those things. So it wasn't a big adjustment. There was still some adjusting that had to be done, of course, but then there, but for the most part, it was being done. But here's the thing about that there was a shift that had to happen when the pandemic came, and then now that we're moving out of the pandemic, there needs to be another shift to adapt, to adapt back to being able to go back outside. And as an entrepreneur, your success is going to be predicated on your agility and your adaptability for what's going on. That's one of the ways that that you have to be adaptable, and being able to see that. So the second kind of example that I use is with technology, and we mentioned technology, your ability, because technology is always changing. Technology changes, it seems like almost every day. But it changes very quickly, and it moves, and you having the ability to be able to shift and move, a lot of people are hesitant about change, and that can hinder your you being successful. And with technology, we have this AI thing, as people want to say. What's this AI thing? And not understanding artificial intelligence and the impact that it's having in your industry, the impact that it's having on your brand, your business, your brand, and then the impact that it has on you as an entrepreneur and as a leader. And we have to really not be afraid of being adaptable, but be embracing of your adaptability. I'm going to ask you this question. How adaptable are you? How open are you to having to shift and move as an entrepreneur? That's your homework for today. What's up, Shaquille? Thanks for tuning in. That's the question I have for you today as an entrepreneur. I want you to sit with this question. How adaptable are you as an entrepreneur? Are you open to change? Are you, hey, I just kind of go with the flow. If I gotta move here, I move here. If I gotta move there, I move there. Or you just that person is just like, that man, that woman is just, that entrepreneur is just like, nope, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I don't care what the industry says. I don't care what my business. I'm not changing who I am, what I do. And I'm gonna give you an example. The Ravens in the AFC Championship game, they had a game plan, right? Horrible game plan, by the way. Yeah, horrible game plan. But they had a game plan going into into the game, and they weren't willing to do what it was that got them there. First of all, that was wrong in and of itself. You do what you do successfully to continue to get the success, and when they diverted from that, changed their game plan to do another type of game plan, was really stupid in and of itself. But even in the game, within the game, they weren't willing to adapt and adjust their game plan that they had to work something else out. And as an entrepreneur, you have to be willing to see something for what it is. And if it's not working, be honest enough with yourself to say, hey, that didn't work, this doesn't work. Why doesn't it work, or why didn't it work? Learn from it, and then be open enough to adapt what it is that you need to do so that you can be successful. Those entrepreneurs that are closed-minded, I promise you, are not successful. Those businesses that were closed-minded during the pandemic, they're not here. Those businesses that are not willing to adapt coming out now of the pandemic will not be here. Those churches that were not willing to adapt and not adapt quick enough when needed to be were left behind. Who's that? Good morning, Miss Linda. Good morning, Miss Janice. Thank you. Yeah, they fell to the side, to the wayside. So as an entrepreneur, if you're going to be a high-value entrepreneur, you got to be adaptable. It can't be your way or the highway. As my dad used to say. He was a dinosaur, and it was growing up in his household, you know, it was his way or the highway. There was no adjusting. It was just do what I said because I said it. And when we have that mentality and we aren't willing to listen to others, as an entrepreneur, you got to be willing to listen to others. The part of being adaptable is being open to other people's ideas, being open to what you may be reading, open to what it is that what you're learning or what you're doing is all about. We've got to be adaptable as entrepreneurs in order to be able to shift and move your business to where it is that you're trying to get to. Be honest with yourself, and be honest about the opinions that you're getting. Be honest about the information that you're getting, and be open to it. And say, if you got to move this way versus that way, then that's what you do. But we can't be stuck in this narrow-minded square. And that's what happens with a lot of industries, businesses, especially when it comes to, you know, the publishing industry, the entertainment industry, music entertainment industry. If you don't fit into their cookie cutter, this formula works. This is all we're going to do. And if it doesn't fit into that, then we don't. And a lot of those companies that are like that don't last long, aren't around anymore, because they aren't adaptable. And you as an entrepreneur have to understand that the more adaptable you are, the more flexible you are, the more open that you are, the better your likelihood of success can be or will be. But you've got to be willing to see things for what they are. And make the proper assessment, and then make the proper when you make the proper insights, then you can say, hey, instead of doing ABC, which ABC didn't work, well, let's try D, E, and F. Since A, B, instead of trying to make A, B, and C work when it doesn't work, when D, E, and F is a better option for you. But sometimes as entrepreneurs, we can get in our own way. I know it's your business. I know it's you can run it the way that you want to run it, and people work for you, they work with you, and then then you serve them. But it does you no good to be an entrepreneur and to tell the people that you serve, your clients, what it is that you're going to give them, versus listening to them and them telling you, hey, this is what we want. And it be a legitimate, hey, this is what we want. And I'm not saying that you go outside of, necessarily the things that you do. If they want something, then you have to have the ability to be able to adjust to it and say, yes, I can accommodate that. One of the things that I did with my business And I understood this because I listened, that it wasn't just about me being a business consultant offering business products, but it was also seeing, okay, how can I expand the business products that I'm offering to my clients? I noticed that they needed, press kits. I noticed that they needed, that they actually needed marketing plans, in addition to the full, as a part of my full entrepreneur kit that I offer. Hey, inside this kit needs to be these particular things, but I'm always looking to be able to add to it, because I'm always looking to see how I can make better the people that I serve. I'm always looking to see better how those that work for me, how I can make it better for them. I'm always looking to see how I can make it better with those that I partner with. I had a conversation with a great business associate of mine yesterday. We had a phenomenal conversation, and we were talking about, collaborating, which is huge, y'all. Collaboration, people are finally getting that message, the collaboration and partnerships, and how essential it is for you as an entrepreneur. But if you're not adaptable, you're not going to be able to work with most people. Being adaptable and in a partnership, being adaptable in a collaboration is essential, because you're not going to get your way all the time. You're not going to always get what you want to get. So you have to be adaptable and adjustable to the things that you do. But we had this conversation. We were having a conversation about what we could do together. And understanding, hey, here's some things. Let's sit down and let's talk about this. So that's what we're going to be doing. But if neither one of us as entrepreneurs were adaptable, then that conversation is going to be very short. That partnership is going to be very short. That collaboration is going to be very short, because we would be short-minded and not adaptable to what it is that we both want to achieve. So, being a high-value entrepreneur is about being adaptable. Do you, as an entrepreneur, have the characteristic of being adaptable? Are you open-minded enough to adjust in order to be able to be successful? That's what adaptability is all about. So I want you to embrace that. I want you to ask yourself that question today. Am I adaptable? And in what ways am I adaptable? And in what ways am I not adaptable? Yeah, we have to have some boundaries, y'all. As entrepreneurs, you should have some boundaries. Absolutely, you got to have them. You've got to have them. Because then you'd be all over the place if you didn't have, but you have to figure out what you're willing to be adaptable with and what you're not willing to be adaptable with. If you can do that, I promise you, you'll be successful as a high-value entrepreneur. It's your boy, Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr., the Impact Builder. Hopefully, something I said today gave you some good knowledge and information that I shared with you, and you're able to use this. And I do the homework thing because I want you to actually instill these principles in your daily life. Being adaptable is something that you have to be willing to do each and every day. Being a visionary thinker is something you have to do each and every day. Being resilient is something that you have to do each and every day. So these principles that I'm giving to you, I want you to take them just like last year. We talked about this last year. The principle that I gave you last year. You can go to my YouTube channel. I'm trying to get to 1,000 YouTube subscribers. I need you to go to my YouTube channel, subscribe. You can pull up my name, Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr., or you can pull up JNF Enterprises. I need you to subscribe, share it, so that I can get that up. My goal is to get to 1,000 by June. I need y'all to help me do that. I can't do that without your help. Can't do that without your help. So I'm being open to that. No, being adaptable. No, but I want you to do that for me. But these principles that I'm giving to you this year, that I gave to you last year, always I'm trying to make you better by the end of the year than you were at the beginning of the year. And the way that I found it, that I believe is successful in doing that, is giving you these principles, these tools that you can use daily to make you 1% better each and every day, to get you to the goal that it is that you want to be able to get to by the end of this year, 2024. each and every day, the decisions and choices that you make move you towards that goal. That's what we're here for, each and every day. So, it's your boy, Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr., the Impact Builder. We will see you all right back here tomorrow, 9 a.m. Peace. Have a great one.